Hello guys, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make use of RESTful API with the Django. It's going to be looking just like this, as you can see, and it's that easy. With just 3 lines of code, or let's just say 4 lines of code, we're done. And before we get started, please, I would love you to subscribe to my channel, like, and give me your feedbacks in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Thank you. So let's get started. So first of all, I don't know the studio editor you will like. You can use VS Code, you can make use of Sublime Text, that's the old fashioned, and you can use PyCharm because I'm making use of PyCharm right now. So first of all, we'll start by pip installing the Django into our project, just like this. Pip install the Django. The Django is successfully installed, so we need to start our project. That is the Django /admin start projects. You can name your project anything, but I want to name mine REST. As you can see, it appears up here. It has started already, so we cd into it. Now we need to create our application. So how do we do that? That's Python manage.py start app. So I don't know what to name my app. Name it API. So as you can see, our API is here now. So one more thing we need to pip install is pip install the Django REST Framework, because that is the package we are going to be making use of, because that's what this tutorial is all about, the REST Framework. So it is installing. Let's just give it time, and I think it's done. Yeah, we're good to go. So next up, we need to come to our REST settings of UI, and we need to also come down to install application and install our app name and the REST framework. So our app name is API, and also our REST framework. Sorry, REST underscore framework. Okay. I think this is all we need for now. So first things first, we need to go to our models, and to get to our models, it will be in our API models, and we need to create a model here. A model, we can name it anything, but I want to start with a class of workers. I just want to name it workers, and we will do models the model. Here we can name this anything, because a model is a single source information about your data, so everything you're going to name here is what you can display at the front end. So let's start by, let me name this a variable name, staff name. That will be models dot char field. Model dot char field. We have our max length. Our max length could be, I don't know, it could be anything, but I want to use 30. Then I want to add no true, then blank true. So next up, I want to also use country, because I want to get the staff name, I want to get the country, and there's a char field, so max length max length will be, let's use 30 again. No true, blank true. Now I think I want every staff to have their salary. So salary will be different because this will be models that's decimal field, and the decimal field will be max digits of, I don't know, let me just say 20. So we'll have a decimal place of 2. So no true, blank true. I don't know, I just like adding this no true, blank true. I don't know why, I'm just used to it. I think this is all we need in our model, but I would love to add this in case if I want to see it in my admin. So I will do this. Return self dot staff name. So in case I want to display it in my admin panel, I'll be able to see the staff name because I don't want it to be giving me kind of numbers. Let me show you what I actually mean. But for that, I have to come to my admin and register this from .models import workers admin.site register registering workers. So now we need to make migration. So how to migrate? Python manage .py make migrations. Migrated already, so let's do the same thing. Let's do Python manage.py migrates. Yeah, and that's migrated order. So I need to create a super user for me to be able to log in to my Django admin. So the same thing, Python manage.py create super user. Create super user. So let's name you Alvin. And we'll give this an email. Your password is not going to display, but you're actually typing something. You won't see anything. I just clicked on enter. You won't see anything, but it's actually typing. So be careful when you are inputting your password because you need to remember the password. So now let's run our server. Python manage.py run server. So our server is running on port 8000. So let's click this. As you can see, the Django is working, but let's go to our admin panel. Your username and your password. Yeah, it's displaying. So let's go to these all. So let's come here now. But first I want to remove this so you can see what I'm talking about. So here, if I add anything now, okay, we're here now. Let me use the last information I used in one of my previous videos. Let's see, John Canada. Let me add almost 0 to you and save. As you can see, it's showing worker object 1. but this is not what I want. I want to be seeing the name of the worker. That is when this comes in. So let me like clear this. Let's refresh and go back. So let's refresh this. Now as you can see, it's showing John, and this is what I want. We can try adding another one. Maybe let's add another name. Let me use my name this time around. I'm from Nigeria and my salary is 1k. Oh wow, my salary is high. That's nice. I love that. So let's save. Now as you can see, Alvin, John. So these are the two people I have in my database now. So now we're done with the models. So let's go straight to the main thing, which is serializers. So we have to come here. And create a new file that's serializers.py. I hope I'm getting the spelling correct. Serializers.py. So what does this serializer do for us? It helps us to specify a class model and convert it into a JSON compatible data. That's just what this does for us. So let's get started from REST. Because as you can see, we installed REST frameworks. That's why we can access it that easily. Import serializers. Okay, so from our models, from .models, import workers. So now we need to create a class of let me name this work serializer. So now we will say serializers dot model serializer. Be careful, as you can see, the M is a capital letter and the S is a capital letter. So don't make mistake and this capital and this capital. So don't make that mistake. So next we need a class of meta. What's our model? Our model is worker. What are the fields that we need? Fields helps us to display what we want, like we'll pass the information we need, and I need all my field. So I will do this underscore all underscore. But you can also do this another way by writing fields, and you add this in a list and you list the fields that you want. Obviously it will have an ID. You won't see it, we didn't create it in our models, but it will obviously give us an ID. I think we'll have the staff name, staff underscore name. I think is what I named it. And you can also have, I think I have my country there, country, and I think I have this salary. You can also do it like this if you want, and you can also do it like this, but the lazy version of me wants to do it the first way. So I think I'll just write all like this, and this is all we need in our serializer. So next up we'll go to our views.py and start doing the magic. So in our views.py we need to import some things. That's from .serializers import worker serializer, and from .models, because we'll be needing this, import workers, and also we'll be needing our generic view. We're going to be making use of generic view in this tutorial. So how do we do that? From REST frame import generic, So because here we're going to be making use of class-based view. I know normal way to do this REST framework, you can make use of function-based view, but I want to use class-based view for this tutorial because I find it quite easy and faster for me. The function-based view, that's when you create your def, you will do your thing, but I want to use class-based view like this. Class of worker lists, so we call generic dot list create API view. This is what we need. List creates API view. So now we're going to give a variable name of query set. Query set. So what are we querying? Worker dot the objects dot all, because I want to get all the information. So this list creates API helps you to list and also create it. It's just like saying get and post. That's what this list create API does. It helps you to get and helps you to post. But don't worry, we're going to see how that works very soon. So give my variable name serializer class. What is going to be our serializer class? So worker serializer this. Up until now, I've not talked about the URL, so let's create that. Let's name this URL.py. And before we can make use of this, we need to come to our REST, our projects, and we need to, from paths, we need to include. So paths, I'm keeping this blank because I want this to be my base URL. That's why it's blank. I'm not adding anything here. I want it to be my base URL, so I'm going to call this include. And what is the name of our app? You can remember we named it API. So API.url. This URL is this URL that we call here URL, and that is also that. So we'll come to our URL here and do this. The Django from the Django. Sorry about that. From the Django dot URL import paths, and we need our views from dots import views. So the views that we're importing is this view, so we need to import it because without that we won't be able to view this in the front end. So now we're going to say URL patterns, then we'll put this in a list. So what are our patterns? We'll call this paths, because like I said, I kept that other one blank because I want to make it my base URL. So paths, this is blank, comma, views dot what we named it the other side, which is, what do we name it in our view? We named it work lists. So that's the same thing we're going to call it here, work list dot as view. So give this a name equals to, I don't know how to name this. Let me name it work list. We'll have a comma here. I think this is all we need. So the moment of truth. So let's go to our local host and see what we have here. Voila, As you can see, it is working. And remember, in our database, that's my Django admin, I named this John. He's from Canada. His salary is 2,000. And Alvin, Nigeria, his salary is 10,000. So now, as you can remember, we use the list create API, so we can easily create new one now. Like name this. Let me name this Mike. Mike is from USA, and his salary is up to 10,000. Now we post, as you can see, it has been created. Mike, USA. See, it has been added. Is that easy? With just 2 lines of code, three lines of code. Is that easy? As you can see, we have it here now. We can also add as much as we want though, but this is okay. So let's, up until now I've not talked about the update and delete, because we also need to make updates to this, and we also need to be able to delete. So how do we do that with our class based view? We'll come down here and call the same thing and give it another class of what should I name this? Okay, let me name this worker detail. So what are we going to have in our worker detail? Generic dot, this time around is going to be different. It will be retrieve, update, destroy API. This is what we're going to be working with. Retrieve, update, destroy API, and this is going to be the same thing with this. We'll just copy this and paste it here, and we are good to go. But we need to work on our URL here and do this paths, but this won't be empty. We need to give this an int because we need a pk. What do I mean by pk? That's the primary key. You'll see what that does in a bit. So pk views dot work detail dot as view. So let's give this a name. Let me name this work underscore detail. So now we have our view and we have our URL, but we need to do something here called lookup field. What's our lookup field? The pk, that's the primary key that we code. So let's see how this works. Let me refresh this. Okay, I've refreshed that. Let me add something new. Let me add okay, let me name is Bob. Bob is from Bob's from Canada, and Bob's salary is, I don't know, maybe 20, I don't know, anything. So this Bob is from Canada, and let me put, as you can see, it's giving it an ID 1, 2, 3. So Bob will be the 4th on the list. So yeah, Bob is here. It's from Canada. So let's add more Bob, and we can, and if you come here, you can see that we have Bob. Up until now, we couldn't update or delete, but this retrieve, update, destroy API view, it enables us to get based on ID, because I've given an ID of pk, that's primary key. So now we can find them based on their IDs. So let's search for, let me search for Bob, the 5th Bob. So give this an ID of 5. Yes, this is the fifth bulb. As you can see, we can delete this and it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. We have deleted the fifth bulb, and also we can edit the ID of 3, the third person. Let's give it a try. Yes, it's Mike US. Maybe Mike changed his name to Mike. I think that was a good name, Mike. So let's try to update Mike. So it has updated Mike. Let's check it out. So it's updated Mike. So that's all we needed to do in this video. As you can see, let's just say just 2 lines of code or 3 lines of code, we're done. As a last year when I was using this, I had to make use of the other pattern of using function based view, that you have to write your get, post, put and delete, but this looks quite straightforward to me. We just needed the list create API, and we just needed the retrieve, update, destroy API. And one more thing before we go. Up until now, as you can see, we don't have any delete icon here that enables us to delete all this if we don't need any of them anymore and maybe start from beginning. So let's do that. We'll start by creating def delete, and we say self requests. We'll make use of the keyword arguments, star argument, star keyword arguments. So we're going to worker objects.o that delete. Okay, so we're going to return a response. I think I need to import this response. So from REST frame that's response imports response, and I think I'll be importing status here as well because I'll make use of that. So we're going to return response, that will be status equal to status dot http underscore 204 no content. So this is all we need, http underscore 204 no content. We have imported our status up here, so let's refresh our page. So as you can see, I've refreshed my page and now we have the delete icon here. So if we don't need all this information anymore, we can just easily click on delete and they are all gone. So even though we try searching for the ID of one, no worker match the given query, so we don't have any idea of one. We lost everything because we deleted everything. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.